生从此与众不同，把握生命里的每一分钟，全力以赴我们心中的梦。不经历风雨，怎么见彩虹？没有人能随随便便成功。把握生命里每一次感动，和心爱的朋友热情相拥，让真心的话和开心的泪，在你我的心里流动。
Today I want to talk about something important to me. I want to talk about heroes and the roles that they play in our lives. I specifically want to talk about my own hero. The reason I want to talk about it today is because it's my birthday today. I was turning 33, and usually on my birthday I spend time reflecting on decisions I've made along the year, or decisions that I want to make in terms of how much impact they're going to have in my life. And during my thoughts today, I think I almost had a sense of reflection that came into me. I mean, it's not a reflection that I wanted to accept, but I thought about it, and and I struggled with it. I struggled to fully grasp the idea of what I was thinking and reflecting on, especially since I was getting a little bit older, and on the same month that I celebrate my birthday, my own hero, Jackie Chan. I don't know how many times I've spoken about Jackie Chan, a million times probably. Because even since I was a child, I was speaking about Jackie Chan. Those close to me know exactly what I mean. There's even now when I'm teaching class and I'm making an example and I use Jackie Chan, my students just laugh because they understand how many times I've made references to the impact that Jackie Chan has had in my life, and it's exactly the thought that flooded into my mind when I was thinking today. Because for the first time in so many years, it dawned to me, like, what if I actually never get to see Jackie Chan? I mean, the chances of that are very high. It's like what my friend was saying the other day, was when he was speaking about how people still have a crush on a person like Beyonce or Taylor Swift. Like, what are the chances that you would ever meet that person and actually speak to them and say, hey, I have a crush on you, and they would say, oh my god, I have a crush on you too, because they don't even know that you exist. For me, the thing is, in my own way, I've tried the best I could to make sure that Jackie Chan knows the existence of me, that I exist, but not in an obsessive way. I don't want to be a stan. I always thought that if I applied so much effort in what I do, it will naturally happen. There's no performance that I've done without mentioning him. There's no writing that I've done without mentioning him. There's no talks, everything that I've done to try and actually, and I came to China to try and put myself close to that position of where I could, somehow, somewhere find a chance to bump into him. But I've realized one of the things that have never made me gone to the extreme in trying to meet him is probably fear. It's a lot of fear. I mean, our heroes are important to us, but sometimes you get scared of the idea that what if your hero is not the person you thought they were, or actually you meet them and that's it. Because I was always scared that once I have met Jackie Chan, it will feel like I've achieved my life's purpose as a child, because that was basically my life's purpose. I've been working so hard to try and get my chance to meet him. And what happens when you have fulfilled your life's purpose? I mean, I know it sounds shallow to say to say my life's purpose is meeting Jackie Chan, but I can't explain how important it's been. Jackie Chan came into my life at a very crucial time where I was at a loss for identity, not knowing basically who I am or where I belonged, because I was in a battle between who's my father and who's not my father, and not knowing which space I belong to in terms of identity. And the first time I watched a Jackie Chan movie, I was like, maybe this Asian man could be the guy that guides me to life, through life basically. And I made that decision, and I never looked back. Of course, man, Jackie Chan has his flaws. I've read about it. I've watched it, and I even have a book, Jackie Chan's book. I bought it to just learn so much about what it was like to be this man. Where I'm sure in my book, when I write my book, I will be writing the different influences that impacted my life. But I wanted to know what was it like for him growing up, and the kind of things that he experienced. You find out a lot of flaws about your heroes, and they are human. Our heroes are human, so you accept these flaws because everybody makes flaws. So I found myself in this position of reflecting about the idea of never being able to meet my hero, and I've come so far. Boy from the township who dreamt of meeting an Asian man who was living in a different country, and god damn, somehow I worked hard enough, to actually make it to this foreign country. And now that I'm about to leave this country, and I haven't even gotten the opportunity to see him, and as I said, because we celebrate our birthday in the same month, seeing how old he was also made an impact in terms of me reflecting on the reality of ever getting a chance to meet Jackie Chan, because I realize, he's getting on with age, and I'm gonna miss my window of opportunity. And it was hard for me to accept that today. It really was. I spent a lot of time just going through it, trying to accept it. Found myself crying because of the thought, and asking myself, did I even do enough to actually get myself a chance to meet him? And to be honest, in my own standards, I think I did. Like I said earlier, I don't want to be a stan where I'm feeling like I'm being obsessed. I never put it in everybody's face that much on how much I loved watching Jackie Chan and the ideas that he has. But I've put it enough in people's faces, at least for me, to know, I did my best. I thought, I'm doing this because, as much as I've done everything, in terms of writing and speaking and everything else in between, I've never actually done this where I could speak it out. If not to my friends, at least the whole world, or whoever gets the chance to see, can say, hey, this man really got influenced by Jackie Chan, and he's He's just saying it out loud for everybody to hear. So yeah, that was my reflection today. You know, it's like gravity. It's like my heart was pulled down by gravity about the realization of not ever being able to do it, and trying to find my way in accepting that decision, especially, you know, given that, you know, I'm leaving the one place where I was very close to being able to see it. I mean, it's still not that close, but it's close enough. And I guess the idea of having to be in here, it kind of fulfills a dream or a childhood dream of mine that I've had. I think if I were to go back to my childhood self, it would be content. It would be content about how far I got. Because I think, you know what, I always had seen China as my second home when I was growing up, even though I've never been to the place. But watching it, you know, watching all those movies, getting that idea, it always felt like there it is, a place where I feel like I belong, even though I don't look like anybody there. But my heart, my heart belonged. Yeah. I guess growing up is, you know, it's hard. It's hard to try and grasp the idea of how much pressure our heroes get to be in. I mean, knowing probably 1 million people adore you is kind of hard. I can just imagine. Or people look up to you, and it's almost like you have to be now perfect and do all these good things that you get noticed, so you can influence people to make the right decisions too. I can't imagine myself being people's heroes. It's a lot of work. So yeah, that's me trying to give out a message to Jackie Chan out there in the world, even though I probably might never get a chance to meet him, but I've spoken my heart out. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of my heart that has reached down to the floor. Thank you for being my hero.